But Amy Applebaum is the founder and CEO of Amy Applebaum. She has a coaching firm to the female entrepreneur. You met her earlier today. She's leading the revolution and bringing women to the forefront of today's business. She's committed to helping female entrepreneurs build and grow their business step by step through her coaching club, Release Your Inner Millionaires. As a CEO, business coach, wife, mom, and a 15-year-old entrepreneur, and I told you earlier, when you look at her, she has a 14-month-old baby. First time she's ever left her. And over the past decade, I want you to know who we have here. She's guided thousands of women to success by providing direction and strategies that enable them to build confidence, create compelling visions and brands. Along the way, her perseverance got her featured on AWC, News, CNN, TLC, Dr. Drew's Life Changer, Martha Stewart Radio, and many national publications. She's the author of Frustrated to Fabulous in 6 Simple Steps. Speaker and creator of over 100 meditation albums. I think you're going to love her. I want to share her with you. I've gotten to know her over the last 6 months. Please help me welcome Amy Applebaum. But Amy Applebaum is the founder and CEO of Amy Applebaum. She has a coaching firm to the female entrepreneur. You met her earlier today. She's leading the revolution and bringing women to the forefront of today's business. She's committed to helping female entrepreneurs build and grow their business step by step through her coaching club, Release Your Inner Millionaires. As a CEO, business coach, wife, mom, and a 15-year-old entrepreneur, and I told you earlier, when you look at her, she has a 14-month-old baby. First time she's ever left her. And over the past decade, I want you to know who we have here. She's guided thousands of women to success by providing direction and strategies that enable them to build confidence, create compelling visions and brands. Along the way, her perseverance got her featured on AWC, News, CNN, TLC, Dr. Drew's Life Changer, Martha Stewart Radio, and many national publications. She's the author of Frustrated to Fabulous in 6 Simple Steps. Speaker and creator of over 100 meditation albums. I think you're going to love her. I want to share her with you. I've gotten to know her over the last 6 months. Please help me welcome Amy Applebaum.
That's an embarrassing introduction. It puts a lot of pressure on me. I guess I have to say something valuable. First, I want to say, Esther, thank you so much for throwing such a beneficial and incredible event. Thank you so much. We're in the middle of the female entrepreneurial revolution. Would you not agree?
Yes.
This is our time. It is our time to succeed. It's our time to rise to power. We haven't done it in a lot of years, hundreds. And so it's new for a lot of people, even though there's tons of female entrepreneurs. But it's really, really important that we embrace it and become our most successful selves. So, are you guys ready to walk the plank? Because that's what we're going to be talking about today.
Yes.
Yes? Hello?
Yes.
I have a lot of pressure to help you do that, so I'm going to need your help. So everybody stand up. Please, if you were in my breakthrough session, you did this, so you're pros. Teach everybody else. Look to the person on your right and say, you look hot. Okay, look to the person on your left and say, you look hot. Okay, now look at yourselves and say, I look freaking hot. That's right. Woo! Round of applause. So, many of you don't know me yet. Some of you do because you're part of the AWC club, which we'll be talking about later, but I love to give things away for free, and if you were not in my breakout session, you didn't get anything, and I would love to give it to you. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, so while I was pregnant, I had a baby 14 months ago, and she's 14 months. And I just love her for the first time. I'm so upset. was pregnant, I did these 100 meditation albums. And as I said in the breakout session, I'm not sharing this with you to brag. I had never done anything like that before. But what I understood about my business when I coach people to success, we all know it takes two things: action and what? Mindset. Right? If you don't have the right mindset, then you'll short circuit on the action side. So meditation albums are all about getting that successful mindset going. So I thought that it would be appropriate to give you a free successful mindset meditation. Would that be okay?
Yes.
Okay, so if you didn't get one yet, then at the end you'll go to the AWC table and Laura will give you a gift card.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, I'm so touched and moved today. We're going to talk about, wait, did I say everything there? Yes, we're going to talk about walking the plank. Whoa, that's not playing. Thank you. So what does that mean? Raise your hand. Walking the plank. What does it mean? Anyone? Raise your hand. Say that again?
Falling into water.
Falling into water. Yeah. What else?
Being afraid of taking a leap.
That's right. Being afraid and taking a leap anyway. If I said that you were on a 1,000-foot plank and if you would jump off, I wouldn't know how that would end. Would you jump off? And if I said that you will, without a shadow of a doubt, still from that 1,000 plank, be caught, like nothing will happen to you, would you jump off the plank? No. Who wouldn't still? Everybody would, some people wouldn't. And that's the truth. Why? Because you're scared. Right? And that's the distinguisher. That's the thing that determines success over not success. It is not about whether you have fear, because fear is part of growing. Anytime you're stepping outside your comfort zone, you're in fear. The people who do it anyway are the ones that achieve success, because we're all dealing with fear. The ones that don't won't get where they want to go. So what do we have to deal with? How do we move past fear? So that's what I want to talk about today. I get ahead of myself. This isn't working. Hey, can I just go like that and then hit the slide? Right. Oh, was I doing the wrong one? What do you know? Hey, today's topic, walking the plane. I try to entertain. Okay, so what is it? We talked about this, sorry. All right, I want to talk about releasing your inner millionaires, okay? So what is releasing your inner millionaires? What do you think that means? Yes. So for some, it's about making a little bit of money, right? And for others, it's about making oodles of money. For me, releasing your inner millionaires is about releasing the successful person you have inside. Whatever that means to you. And you said it so perfectly, Leslie. It's not about competing with anybody. It's about really knowing in your own heart what it is that you want and going for that. All right, so what is success? Success is about internal power. And internal power is about congruency. And congruency is when you know right here, think, say, do, all in alignment. Then when what you think, what you say, what you commit to, and what you do is all in alignment, then you're congruent. That's when success can take place. If any of those are not happening at the same time, then they can't, fortunately. Okay, so what, I can't even read this. What is the biggest obstacle in everybody's way?
Fear.
I have a really fun image to give you. This is what happens when you rely on slides, right? We had an expectation this was going to do what we wanted. It's not happening, but that's okay. All right, it's fear. And when we're talking about fear, as I said earlier, what we want to remember is that fear is hanging out all the time. It's not going anywhere. If you are stepping outside of your comfort zone, you're going to be experiencing fear. It's just part of growing. How many people, well, everybody has a business. How often are you scared? That's right. Who has kids? As I just said, I have a 14-month-old. Just when I think I know what I'm doing, I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. I'm freaking out every day. Right? Fear. It's always lurking. So what is it? Fear is an unpleasant emotion caused by a perceived threat, which causes a change in behavior like running away, freezing, avoiding, or hiding. And we like to categorize fear into two types. There's real fear, okay? Real fear is real fear. Cars coming at you and you should probably move. That's where that flight or fight response comes. That's real fear. But most fear is what we call irrational fear. And it's lumped into two categories, rational and irrational. Irrational is when you're actually not under threat, but you think that you are. You're not though, you're not going to get hurt. And we have two categories for that. Object fears, oh my goodness. We have object fears, spiders, snakes, things that are objects that we're afraid of. And then we have what I like to call outside of your comfort zone fears. Fears of public speaking, fears of not thinking that you might be good enough, not knowing what's going to happen, right? Uncertainty. These are the types of fears that most of us suffer from. Some of us have some of those object fears. So who wants to come up and have a spider on it? No, I'm kidding. Okay, so let's talk. I cannot read any of this. Okay, so sorry. Let's talk about fear. In terms of why it's fabulous. I always like to say that I love fear. And the reason why I love fear, which sounds a little sick and twisted, because I really like everybody else's fear, because I coach women all over the world to be successful. And right before they're about to have a breakthrough, they're really, really scared. So I know that that's about to happen. And that's why I really welcome it. The other reason that I like it is because I'm scared all the time. And it really teaches me something about my own humanity. It makes me feel like a normal person. And when I get up and I do anything that I do in life that's outside of my comfort zone and I'm scared, then I'm at least normal. So the big secret is, as we talked about this, is that fear is always lurking. And it hangs out at the most appropriate times, doesn't it? You know, it sits there, oh, what? Do you feel me a little? Oh, you don't feel me enough? Here, let me let you know that I'm there. You get a little anxiety, sometimes before public speaking, we have to do certain things before we actually walk up on the stage. It's always lurking. And so it's in our relationship with fear that everything will begin to shift. All right, so what are we going to do in the presence of fear? What are the steps? First, we have to accept it, right? It's here. It's not going anywhere. Let's just deal with it. Then what do we have to do? Face it. So what does that mean? What does that look like? When you're actually facing your fear, what does that look like? Anyway. Yeah, you have to have a conversation with it. You have to look at what's actually happening and start projecting out what could be the worst case scenario that might happen here. Right? Make sense? Then you have to shift your mindset around it. Most of us hate fear. So because we don't like fear, we avoid it, we don't want it to come, we try to push it down, and then what happens? It just perpetuates itself. In reality, what we want to do is shift our mindset around it. So what might a new mindset around fear look like? I love it. Or I don't really love it, but I welcome it because something awesome is about ready to happen in here. And if we don't begin to shift our mindset around it, so many people are talking about the millionaire's mindset. If we don't begin to shift our mindset around it, then we can't actually get the benefit of what it means to move past fear. We're not trying to get rid of it. We just want to slide past it. Let it hang out there. Did any of you see A Beautiful Mind? That movie? Do you remember? Okay, so he has voices in his own internal ghosts. Did you remember at the end of that movie? He was standing on the steps at the, I think it was at the university, and he was having a conversation with himself, or with his other selves. And then people started to walk up. Do you remember the scene? And he said something like, okay, we're gonna have to talk about this later. I'll have this conversation later. What he was doing was accepting who he is, accepting what goes on with him instead of trying to run from it, because when he was trying to run from it, he felt crazy all the time. So in accepting it, then he can deal with it, and he knows how to utilize it. What do I do with that fear? Well, I'm just going to tell them to be quiet, we'll have a conversation later. And then he'll talk to them later, and people won't think he's crazy. Okay? So it's okay to begin having those conversations. So you shift that mindset, and then take action despite it, and that's, like we said, the big determining factor. Taking action despite the fear. All right, so how do we power, do you guys like my animation? I do. How do we power through obstacles? Know you can. This is about belief. This is about visualizing. Know that you can. Does it mean that you know how? No. Does it mean that you're going to do it perfectly? Absolutely not. It means you know that you can. You're choosing. It's a choice. Then say that you will. Make the verbal commitment. I'm here. This is what I'm committing to. I'm committing to my end of business. I'm going to make it happen despite whether I have these resources or those resources. I'm going to actually do it. And then you do it. Then we take action. So, who would like to, well, who wants to be successful?
Me.
Really successful.
Yeah.
Who wants to feel internal power like you never have before? Right? I love that. Who's afraid of public speaking? Raise your hands high. I know some of you are like, I'm not raising my hand. Take action despite fear. That's what makes us different. Raise your hand if you're afraid of public speaking. Keep it high. Look at Leslie's raising her hand. Was she so unbelievably articulate? And in the gentleness of the way that you spoke, keep your hands up. In the gentleness, we knew our own humanity. I wanted to thank you for that. And Christina, oh my God. Okay, that's called taking action despite fear. Okay, hands back up. Who's afraid? Keep your hands up if you're also afraid, and or add your hand up if you didn't already, of singing in public. Raise your hand. Okay, I would like 3 volunteers. I knew that was going to happen. You, do it. I need 2 more votes. So here's what's going to happen. I have this up here for you so you don't totally freak out. First of all, you're going to feel internal power like you never have before. Oh wow, we have 5. All right. Don't start gonging me. We have 5 people. All right. So, but I'm going to need your support. Okay? So first of all, let's welcome these ladies. So I'm just going to ask you a couple of questions about, but we need to be fast because now we've got so many people. Why are you here? Why are you afraid of public speaking? Okay? And then I'm going to ask you to sing. You can sing whatever you want, but I'll give you some choices so you're not freaking out about what you're going to sing. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, the alphabet, Mary Had a Little Lamb, any of those. Okay? All right, and we're going to do this fast, and the audience will support you as we do it. So let's start here. You're not mic'd, but it's okay, I'll help. Can you slide down just a little bit?
We got a mic.
We got a mic. Oh, good. Thank you. Hello? Hello? Is it on? Hello. Hi. Okay, what's your name?
Rose.
Okay, Rose. Why are you afraid of... First of all, how long have you been in Ambit?
I've been in Ambit since August.
Okay, perfect. Yay, congratulations. Why are you afraid of singing publicly?
I've always liked playing the piano and singing like as a hobby, but for some reason when I get in front of people I freak out. And I was...
Why?
I don't know.
If you knew, what do you think?
I guess I'm afraid to mess up. I think of anything, that's what it is.
Okay, perfect. Close your eyes. I want you to see yourself singing to this audience. It's safe and they love you.
Yes, we do.
Okay? Now I want you to open your eyes and I want you to say, I commit to singing right now.
I commit to singing right now.
And now I want you to sing. Go.
I drift away to a place, another kind of life. Take away the pain, I'll create my paradise. Everything I've held just hit
singing publicly?
I'm afraid of what everybody's going to think about me.
Okay. You ready?
Yes.
Close your eyes. I want you to visualize face forward. Just visualize singing. It's going to be great, and everybody here loves you and supports you. Okay? Open your eyes. Say that you can.
I can.
Now go. You know what? Hold on. So say that you can again.
I can.
You're going to sing Mary Had a Little Lamb. Go.
Mary had a little lamb, little lamb.
do it. Don't sit and think about it. Don't entertain the question. Do it. Get on the court. That's what this is about. Okay? Oh my gosh, so extraordinary. What's your name? Really nice to meet you. How long have you been in Ambit?
About 2.5 years.
Okay, great. And why are you afraid of singing publicly?
Because I'm horrible.
But what are you afraid of?
Well, I'm afraid that I'll mess up, and I would love to sing. I'm better than what I do, but so that's why I sing in the shower.
Okay, good. Nobody cares if you mess up. We're just going to do it, okay? Okay. What, do you know what song you want to sing yet? Want me to give you one? Want to do Twinkle Little Star? No? How about the alphabet?
Yeah.
Okay. Why are you afraid of singing publicly? Okay, so close your eyes. Face forward. Take them all in. Visualize singing, and it just turns out just fine. Everyone loves you. Okay? Open your eyes. And I want you to make the commitment. Say, I'm going to sing right now. Do you know what you're going to sing?
She stole my song.
You can have that song too. Okay, ready? Do it.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Sing with me.
Hello.
When your daughter starts watching Netflix,
Yeah.
that's super why.
Okay, got it. Thank you so much. Okay, hi. What's your name? You can take that. And it's all you ready to go for you. And how long have you been in Ambit?
For years.
Okay. And why are you afraid of singing publicly?
Because my voice goes up and down. Because I have a vagus nerve stimulator.
Okay.
So it always sounds like it's awkward for people to hear me.
So you're worried that they're going to feel that it's awkward, that it's going to be awkward for them. Do you guys think it's going to be awkward? No. Okay. So close your eyes. All right. Face forward. Right? Take everybody in. They're giving you love right now. Visualize singing successfully. Not good, just successfully. Yeah? Okay, open your eyes. Make a commitment. I commit to singing right now.
I commit to singing right now.
Okay, now look at them. Do you have your song? Do it.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
Now that is internal power. Ladies, amazing. Big round of applause for everybody. Just going to go through the slides now for a second. That was amazing, wasn't it?
Yes.
Sing. Do we all want to sing the alphabet? Okay. All right, so this is what we're going to do. They just did something really, really brave, and so now we're going to do something brave. And then in the spirit of social media, we're going to do something really fun that Esther's going to love because it'll get ambitious women lots of attention. So everybody, get your phones out. Take a picture of your shoe. We're walking the plank today, so I want you to take a picture of your shoe because it's about taking your first step. And it'll end up streaming on this Instagram feed, and everybody can kind of go shopping, see what kind of shoes you like. So to support them, social feeds to Twitter. If you have an Instagram account, you can put these hashtags, myselfiehelp, and hashtag taking the first step. And we'll get a feed of all the women in here who are going to take the first step to move past their fear. So the important thing that I want you to do in your caption, especially those of you Instagrammers, is to say what fear you're moving past for yourself. And we do that in the spirit of supporting the 5 women who just did that right now. Good? Got it? Can I just move this?
No, not yet.
Okay. Yes. Oh, absolutely, we can help you. I just want to give you a little bit of support. Here are some mindset affirmations that you can take with you in moving past fear. So this is just some affirmations. I am courageous. I see breakthroughs and disappointments as access to success, and I take action despite fear. Can I go to the next one? No. I'm waiting. It isn't a handout. I'm sorry. But I can get you these. I can send them to Esther. She can mail them out to everybody.
Awesome.
Okay, so those are the mindset affirmations. And then it's also about behavior. So how are we going to move past fear? We're going to acknowledge fear. We're going to give it a name. I don't care what it is. Call it Frank. Call it whatever you want. You're going to become friends with it. You're going to talk to it. Have conversations. Hey, you're trying to freak me out right now, but I know I'm going to survive. These women just got up here and faced their biggest fears. So give it a name, talk to it, and then make an empowered choice in its presence. These are the steps to moving past fear. I wish I could tell you that it was something fancier than this, but it isn't. It's about practice. Moving past fear takes practice. And remember that just when you think you've gotten past fear, it lurks again. It shows its pretty face because you're stepping outside your comfort zone once again. So you're not really trying to get over it or to get rid of it. You're just trying to learn how to take action despite its presence. Okay. I'd love to give you a daily do it if you're interested. Instead of daily affirmations, I do daily do it. So if you'd like a daily do it that comes to your inbox every day and tells you what to do. In terms of taking action, you can get it here in terms of support. And then we're going to be talking here in a minute about AWSC, and we've got many AWSC members and how that can continue to support you on your ambit businesses and your journey to success as entrepreneurs, because each one of you is an entrepreneur, a female entrepreneur that is part of the revolution. Not only do we need to learn success for us, but we need to pay it forward to our children. We don't know if there'll be jobs for them. We're in a totally different time. It's our responsibility to learn how to be successful and pay it forward. So I think that's it. Esther?
Let's give Amy a hand.
You know what? I'm just doing something. You know what? Can I read something to you really quick?
Sure.
I want to read this to you. It's an article. I'm sorry I forgot about it, but it makes me nervous to read it. But I wrote an article called I'm Scared. It says, I didn't realize when I launched my up-close and personal interviews how it would make me feel. I am finding that I love to dig deep and find out. Up-close and personal interviews are interviews with millionairesses that I do with all sorts of different women. I'm finding that I love to dig deep and find out what makes these incredible women tick. I love their stories, I love how they open up to me, and I love to hear their fears. I love finding out that they are scared. It seems strange, doesn't it? But I think fear is riveting. First, because it often precedes a breakthrough. And second, knowing that others are fearful confirms my own fears and therefore helps me feel normal. It's amazing how people have an idea about who you are, yet don't know. People typically tell me that they admire my confidence or strength, and while that feels really great to hear, it's not always how I feel. In fact, most of the time I don't feel that way. And the more millionairesses and entrepreneurs that I interview, the more I learn that I am not alone. Most everybody I come in contact with is afraid. Everybody is uncertain, no matter how much money they make or what they do in life or who they are. Life is scary and magical, I have found. Every day I'm afraid of something, most every day. I'm stepping outside my comfort zone, and that's why. And yes, I find great peace at the end of the day, sitting on my comfortable couch, watching an episode of Grey's Anatomy, eating my favorite snack, fishies, the little goldfish, in total and complete comfort, because after a day of being outside of my comfort zone, I need that peace. And every day as I get ready to step outside of my comfort zone into that uncertain place, I take a moment to breathe and remember why I do what I do, why I'm willing to take a walk on the scary side, and then I'm comforted not because I'm no longer scared, but because I get in touch with why I do what I do. I get in touch with the fact that what I do creates possibility and opportunity for somebody else. So when I get scared, I stop focusing on what scares me and instead focus on my objective, which is to help others move past their fear. When I do that, suddenly, as if by magic, my fear dissipates and everything becomes clear. To your success. Thank you so much.